All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Truth with Ben Jokes. Today is the 14th day of May 2024, and in 15 days' time, May 29, this administration would have completed one whole year in office. But as we all know, since May 29, 2023, that is last year, to this very moment, Nigerians have not had peace. The sorrow of the citizens under Buhari was enough to frustrate them. But for the past 11 months, the pains have doubled. 2 days ago, we saw heavy protest in Ibadan over the failure of this administration. And as I speak, Labour is protesting in all the major cities in Nigeria right now over the hike in electricity tariff. And according to the Labour leader in the KANO protest, the country is in a total mess. He said, in addition to the failure in the power sector, nothing else is working in Nigeria. And I cannot help but mention how the people of KANO played with the 2023 presidential election, gave all their votes to a Kwankwaso whom everyone knew had no chance. Now they are feeling the consequences of playing with an election. This same Kano state, which is supposedly the most populated state in Nigeria, gave 1.9 million votes to Buhari in 2015. Buhari came in and messed the whole country up. They still refused to learn, and they went ahead to give almost 1 million votes to Kwankwaso, who was not in the race at all, in the name of stupid loyalty. Now they are feeling the pains of bad governance. Before I show you the video of that protest from Kano, let me quickly show you this hypocritical display from Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Look at how the papers reported it. Akpabio calls for accountability, reduction of cost of governance. President of the Senate Godswill Akpabio has called for transparency, accountability, and the elimination of unnecessary expenditures to cut the cost of governance in the country. Mr. Akpabio made the call on Monday at a one-day dialogue on the cost of governance in Nigeria organized by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in Abuja. Let us hold ourselves accountable and take responsibility for the betterment of our nation. We have to ensure that our government operates efficiently and effectively, serving the needs of the people and fostering sustainable development. The President of the Senate emphasized the need to streamline bureaucracy, eliminate unnecessary expenditures, and ensure transparency and accountability at all levels of governance. We must invest in our human capital, empowering our public officials with the necessary skills and knowledge to drive progress. And we must foster a culture of innovation and creativity where new ideas can flourish and transform our nation, he said. Mr. Akpabio urged all Nigerians to remain united, become agents of change, and be committed to making sacrifices for the nation. He said that the 10th Assembly was ready to partner with all stakeholders to do everything within its constitutional powers to make Nigeria available to all citizens. You know, sometimes when these men speak, they speak as if Nigerians are toddlers, as if we have no brains. This same 10th Assembly approved the 15 trillion naira coastal highway project, the most expensive project ever in our history as a nation, without competitive bidding, because Sheyi Tinubu is a director in the company they gave it to. Now, Akpabio is coming out to tell us that they will cut down the cost of governance and make Nigeria available to all citizens. And you expect us to believe? You must think that the people are retarded. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. And this tweet here by Adeoke says, he must be drunk, I think. The statement should not come from him. That is it. Even if you want to do something like this, we know you can never do it. But even if you are going to do it, we should just see the actions. Don't ever utter it. And this tweet by Ibrahim says, was this not the same man that approved 193 million naira for a single borehole? Smack of hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, my brother. And Idahosa Peter says, Akpabio is just mocking you. After outrageous increases of their exorbitant salaries, After the creations of unnecessary ministries, agencies, committees, Akpabio is now telling you about cutting the cost of governance. The same Akpabio with his gangs of criminals who padded 2024 budget with many trillions. That is it. 3.7 trillion naira padding of the budget. That one has gone, it has been swept under the carpet. And now you are talking to us about cutting down cost of governance. And this tweet here says, is he calling me or himself who is wasting our resources? Let him start being accountable to Nigerians and not Tinubu. Let him reduce the cost of the Senate, which he chairs. And Dr. Kennon says he should be held accountable first for budget padding. That is it. Now, let us look at that protest by Labour. This protest is actually going on in most of the states in Nigeria right now. This is Labour shutting down the NERC office in Kwara State. That's the picture there. They did the same thing in Ondo State and in Lagos State and in many other states in Nigeria. But let's take the video from KANO State. The vice chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, KANO State, Mohammed Yakase, struggling to pour out his heart about the failure of this administration. See the video.
KETCO rise the tariff from 65% and NAC rise the tariff from 65% to 300%, and Nigerians cannot afford it. In fact, Nigerians are not seeing the light. I am sure there is no light in this area. If you can see,
there is none.
No light. No. Is there any light here?
No.
So we are here to show them that we have a capacity to lock them. There is no light, there is no water, there is no security. No, 100,000 no. We are in 100,000 no. So we are telling them that they have to know that this 300% increase must be reversed.
You heard that. That was Comrade Muhammad Yakase there, struggling with the right vocabulary to use in pouring out his heart. No light, no water, no security, 100,000 no's for this administration. Yes, the heat is on. Nigerians will learn the hard way. When it comes to elections, we must remember that our decisions will determine or affect our day-to-day lives for 4 years in a way that our tribe and religion can never do. So we have to learn the hard way. Let the suffering continue and let the protest keep coming in, because we will need all these protests to come together to get the APC out. And in other news, the war in Rivers State continues, and I maintain that WIKE will be disgraced for stealing Peter Obi's votes in Rivers State during the 2023 presidential election. Now, sitting governor Sim Fubara wants to probe WIKE's 8 years in office. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: Rivers Governor Fubara to set up panel to probe Nyesom Wike's 8-year administration. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has announced a plan by his administration to set up a panel to probe the governance of the state in the last 8 years under his predecessor and godfather Nyesom Wike, who is now a serving minister. Governor Fubara stated this on Monday after swearing in Dagogo Ibiroma as the Attorney General of the state, shortly after the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, was screened and confirmed by the Victor Okojumbo-led House of Assembly. Speaking, Fubara charged Iboroma to quickly set up the panel of inquiry to look into the activities of the state government in the last 8 years. He emphatically stated that the state was in a critical situation where it had become obvious that the political crisis could not be resolved. The governor accused his opponents of deliberately sabotaging his administration, while he was hoping that the issue in the state will be resolved amicably. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Call Me Well says, "Any fight against Wike is a fight against corruption. I will support with my full chest. Me too." And Farmers of Thought says, "The money him use for PDP primaries, the money him use buy forms for him dogs, unko, our Rivers money don't suffer. Chai." And Okoli here says, Yakotuba, is God not wonderful? Like El Rufai, like WIKE, their successors showing them Cameroon pepper. And Madi Shehu says, slowly but surely, WIKE will reap and harvest his 8 years of planting fraud, theft, breach of trust along with Fubara. With Fubara enjoying impunity for now, WIKE will be alone in the cold. Now, Fubara was Accountant General during WIKE's administration, so anywhere WIKE is indicted in any probe, anywhere WIKE is indicted for corruption, it is unlikely that Fubara will not know about it. But that is not my major concern. My major concern is for this panel Fubara is setting up to probe WIKE to stand, because I know he will be found guilty and disgraced. I repeat, those who stole Peter Obi's votes in the 2023 elections have committed a great crime against humanity. Don't look at it only in the sense of a man being in power. Look at the number of souls that would have been liberated if that man was in power. Look at the impact that would have been made. The destiny, rewriting the destiny of a whole nation was on the line. And some people came out and decided that they had to steal votes so that they can become ministers. This is a crime against humanity that will not go unpunished. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go.